Thursday today. It's sunny here in Vancouver, so thank goodness for that. One thing I do want to talk about today, and it seems to be an ongoing issue with a lot of people coming back to me and saying, why is now the best time to start up an online business? Doesn't matter if it's product or services. Why now? Well, because of the mere fact that if people are already established out there, they don't have to pivot. They don't have to struggle if, when, where, why, and how to pivot. Because if you're starting right now, your business plan is already established with a fresh new look. You've already got a direction. Now, these other people that are struggling right now, they are struggling for the mere fact is that, do they have to pivot? Do they have the right data to pivot? Do they need to pivot? How do they pivot? Is now the best time to pivot? Yes, yes, and yes, and everything is yeses. So anyway, we're going to be talking about the musts when it comes to starting a business and what you need to know. Everybody's asking the same things. I did a live workshop last Tuesday. Sorry, I was going to say Thursday. About starting an online business with the insides and outs. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs, we all look for the same thing. What business ideas are going to work, right? Which one is valid? Which one? Selling product and services. Now, I got an article this morning from Jungle Scout stating exactly the same thing I've been saying for the last couple of weeks about starting an online business. Doesn't matter if it's product or services. Selling products and services online isn't accessible or feasible for a lot of people. But here at the same time, it's meeting an enormous surge of demand online. Everybody is shopping online. They're going online to look for products, information, services, local chiropractor near me, local drugstore near me, local mentor for business near me. Everybody's going online to look this. They're not going necessarily by word of mouth anymore, but it certainly does help. So there's more and more people also, like I was saying the other day, is that you got to have a responsive landing page. You got to have a responsive website because people are using smartphones. They do still, like I use my laptop quite a bit, no question about it. But if I'm off hours, I'm on my phone. I'm playing on my phone. So now is the perfect time to start a business if you're even considering it. Because of mere fact, it is the best time right now. So the first thing you got to do is you got to research your idea. There's no way around this because of the mere fact, step one that most people think is the most important is the fundraising. How do you get funding for it? But it's not. I recommend bootstrapping because it's how do I say, taking care of yourself, being responsible, being ownership of your own problems and issues and successes. So forget about fundraising. Okay. It's not important right now. You gotta think about your idea first and validating it. But you know something, even if you don't have any idea right now, well, it's not any word. There's no reason to panic about it because the most important thing is that how are you going to sell it online? You got to choose a business model. I told you this before several times. The business model. What are some business model examples you probably are asking yourself? Well, like I said, over and over again, and I get messages about this on Messenger all the time from people saying, well, what do you mean by business model? Is it a business plan? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? Do I have to blah, blah? Calm down. I'm going to give you some examples of business models. Okay, there's private label, like Amazon FBA. You buy a product from wherever it is. It's a no-name product. Don't get involved with copyright infringements. Now, private label is you buy something overseas, India or China, whatever. You get them to make the product that they put your brand on it. That's a private label. Wholesaling. Okay. Wholesaling is buying things, selling things at wholesale prices directly from a manufacturer. Hence, wholesaling would be buying a product over in India or China, putting your own and selling that product as a wholesale item to somebody that wants to sell it at retail. Retail arbitrage we're going to get to now. Buying stuff at discount and reselling it. So, example, a lot of people right now are going to Walmart when they have these big sales of discontinued products or things that are not selling on their shelf. People go in there and buy them at a huge discount using a special app, seller's app from Amazon, and then they resell it on Amazon. Simple. Drop shipping. This is a very touchy topic for anybody and everybody, including myself. Here's an example. I bought a product off of Amazon. There was no disclosure the product was coming from China, and I waited 3.5 or 4 months to get this product. I was severely irate. I was so mad. And when I buy a product, I want it right now. Hence why drop shipping to me is not really a good product, good model, because of the mere fact is that when somebody wants instant gratification to buy or shop for something online, they want it now. They don't want it 3 or 4 months from now when it's being shipped from China or even from India. So you got to be careful when you're shipping. There's a lot of warehouses, our warehousing suppliers that are in the US right now, and you can buy directly from them. You got to do your homework on that too. So drop shipping is viable. There's a lot of people that are doing it. They buy off of Alibaba, they buy off of AliExpress, and you know, do your homework. So here's another one I talked about on Etsy, handmade products. If you're into crafts, crocheting, knitting, woodwork, these kinds of things, you can go on sell it on Etsy. Just one idea of a platform to sell homemade products. Selling used items, eBay, Craigslist. Even though Craigslist is a little shady, okay, quite shady, but selling used items, that's another model. But the whole idea again is you got to validate your idea, whether it's product or service. You got to use the data that's given to you. And I talked about this in my workshop on Tuesday. Google Trends is your best friend. You can compare ideas using different sets of words and find out and validate it. I have a video, I've shared it several times all over the internet, especially in these workshops when people ask me, can you share this video from me from YouTube? Or you can just go on my YouTube channel at Miller Education Ventures and find it. It's got a thumbnail on it that says affiliate marketing. Valuable tool and free information. Step 2 would be to build a financial plan for your business. Now, I don't mean going out and looking for funding by that. I mean, you got to look at what your items are going to cost you, the costs of running a business. Now, here is a few examples of what I mean by the financial plan. And this is not a set in stone list. This is just a small sample of what you should be looking into. So if you're going to do e-commerce, selling a product, you got to look at the cost of the goods, the cost of sourcing the goods, because you don't want to be just going on to Alibaba and source this stuff yourself. You need a professional sourcer who knows these people, knows how they sometimes try to manipulate you to see their terms instead of following your terms. So you need to understand the cost of the goods and the cost of the sourcing the goods from a professional purchaser. Seller fees, everybody knows. Seller fees, there's always a fee involved, especially when you're looking at selling on Amazon and Amazon FBA. There is warehousing costs. So anyway, if you're in the US, you got to think about also, when I was talking about legal entities, you got to look at the cost of setting up your legal entities to separate your personal assets from your business assets. So in the US, you have a lot of LLCs, limited liability corporations. Canada, we got corporations and incorporations. So you got to look at, also think of your taxes, business taxes. There's a lot of advantages of having a business, period, whether brick and mortar, online. For business, for product and services, there's a lot of advantages of having a business in terms of taxes. They say pay yourself first and then pay the government. It's not the other way around. You don't pay your taxes and then pay yourself, because you're not going to have anything left over. And you got to figure out your estimated profit. You got to keep track of your expenses, and you have to be very, very careful with that. You just don't go and run an ad on Facebook blindly and say, "Oh, I'm going to run it for $1,000 and hope for the best." Wrong. So if you do have any financing options that you want to look into, whether it be state or municipal or provincial or federal in the US or federal in Canada, look at everything. In Canada, we have BDC. I don't recommend BDC because you're kind of forced into their marketing program, which is going to absorb at least 25% of your loan. So if you get $200,000 loan from BDC, you're looking at, ballpark probably about 50 grand to pay back to them for the marketing costs, around ballpark. So again, you're looking at the seller fees, the legal fees, the insurance costs, and your taxes, your three biggest ones that are going to gobble up a lot of your money. Okay, now step 3 is going to be create compelling product listings. So how else is a customer going to learn about your product or service if they don't see your ads, or they don't see you on Google, or they don't see your paid ads on Amazon, reading reviews about your company, your product? People scroll through social media at such a rapid pace. People say the attention span is 3 seconds. I put it down at milliseconds. I'm one of them. If I don't see something of interest, I keep going. I don't care what it's about. I just keep going. So a lot of people, if you don't use your data correctly to get the right eyes on your ad, you're wasting your time and your money, most importantly. But your brand awareness is most important too when you think about this. Now, step 4, market your product and drive traffic to it to build brand awareness. Now, it's not about selling the product right off the bat. It's getting people used to who you are. And again, this has got to do with data. So people always say, well, how do I get traffic? How do I get the traffic to my product? How do I get traffic to my website? There's millions of traffic out there, millions of it. And people scream all the time, how do I get traffic? Several ways to get traffic because there's overabundance of traffic out there. You could hire an agency, such as myself. You could do organic traffic. I hear people screaming and crying about organic traffic, saying, oh, it takes forever to get that result. No, it doesn't if you do it right. Organic is free, no question about it. But you also got to find out what are the right hashtags to use. Who do you possibly want to partner up with if you have to partner up with somebody, which is recommended to partner up with somebody. So you got to drive traffic to your offer. I like to use live video because of the mere fact people want to know something. Guess what? You're going to have to listen to me. If you don't want to listen to me, here's the thing I found very interesting. People pop in and out of this workshop quite fast. And the key is they may come back to the video later on because it stays on my feed. But here's the kicker. If they don't see anything they want to hear in the first couple of seconds, boom, they're gone. And then all of a sudden I see a remark a while later, usually within 24 hours, somebody says, oh, I didn't know about that. I was in your show a little bit earlier, but everybody's got buts and everybody's got excuses because, again, if something doesn't get their attention right off the bat, they're gone. So when it comes to getting your product or service in front of the right eyes, again, there is a science behind this to get them in front of the people that are in the buying mood. So the broader your presence online, some say it's good, I say it's bad. You got to focus with one product, one service on one platform to get traction. Forget about these people that keep saying, you got to be on Facebook, you got to be on Instagram, you got to be on YouTube, you got to be on Twitter, you got to be blah, 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 blah. And now this big craze is about TikTok. Who cares about TikTok? If you want to get your clients and if you know your buyers in the buying mood is on Facebook, why would you go to Twitter? Why would you go to TikTok? Why would you go to LinkedIn? Again, common sense. So you got to leverage your social media on one platform. I see some people, this one lady, I got a lot of respect for her, Amy Porterfield. Wonderful, wonderful lady. She's very good at what she does. She has a focus of the clientele that she wants to work with, which I believe is women. And the women that she wants to work with are usually around her age. And the thing is, she focuses on Instagram. I see her and I follow her because of the mere fact I find her way of doing things is extremely, extremely valuable for those women that want to work with her or follow her or learn more from her. So anyway, starting as of this email that I got from Jungle Scout, did you know that when you're leveraging social media, 54% of consumers have purchased products that they first learned about on social media? So making your presence on social media is a no-brainer for entrepreneurs. If you're looking to build a brand new business, you got to focus on social media because people want entertainment. They're looking for information, whether they're Googling it or Binging it or Yahooing it. But everybody goes to social media for entertainment. I know I use YouTube a lot for entertainment and I get all these ads. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So again, you got to pick a platform, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whichever it is. You could even use LinkedIn if you want. I find LinkedIn's quite anal retentive for business purposes because people that are on there are only hooking up for finding jobs. So it's not really good for entrepreneurs to advertise their product or services. So again, if you're looking for e-commerce, storefront is a must. With a Shopify or you are doing it on Etsy or any of these other platforms, you got to have a storefront. Even on Facebook, they got storefronts right now. So you got to optimize your business with a plan for the growth. So here again, remember when the majority of people that are on Amazon that are sellers, they usually get their business up and running quite fast. But here's the information I got from Jungle Scout is that at least 43% of the people that have starting a business on Amazon take at least 3 or 4 months to launch it. And you know something, this is really important for anybody to consider. When you're starting a business, forget about the financing, forget about the first thing you got to do is think about your business model. What are you going to do online? Pick one platform, stick with one platform, one product, one service, one platform. I see it all the time. These people they bombard me with information all over Facebook, and they're pitching me all the time, which is the most annoying thing I find, especially when it comes to this cryptocurrency stuff. So if you're considering yourself, think of yourself first. Think of yourself first. And if you're looking at buying a product like from Legendary Marketer for the $7, hey, it could be a good product, but you got to be aware there's going to be a big upsell, which is $2,500. Is it good? I don't know. Is it bad? I don't know. When I look for information about stuff, a lot of the free information that's out there is great information, but if you get too much of the free information, it's going to confuse you. I like to go on Udemy for information. If I have an interest in something I want to know something about, there's a lot of free courses, but a lot of them are outdated. That's why they're free. If it's a low entry product that you're buying into, whether it be a $7 ticket to get a 15-day challenge, how old is it? Does it still work? So when you're looking at product or services, you got to realize there's going to be a huge upsell down the pipeline somewhere. If you want full access to everything, you're not going to get it with a free product, and you're not going to get it with a $7 product. So anyway, what I want to ask you this is, what is your number one biggest struggle you're having right now starting a business? You know, people come to me with, I want to validate a product. I want to validate a service. I need a website. I don't know WordPress. I don't know. It's the same thing over and over again. We're not Woody Woodpecker. It's like whatever Woody Woodpecker's noise is. So anyway, I want to know, please let me know, what is your number one biggest struggle you got right now? And you know something, you can actually email me. Here's the email address, and it's my business address. It's not going to go to my spam folder. It's going to go directly to me. I don't use Gmail accounts because of the mere fact, even if I have that Google One account, which I do have to get access to a larger gigabytes for my Google Drive. But the problem is that people that use Gmails in business, most of the stuff goes to spam. I see it over and over again. There's this one group I belong into in Facebook where people say all the time, "I don't understand. I got the business account with Gmail, and it's still going to spam, and I don't understand it. I paid us money for going to Google One, and now they gave me blah 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 blah." Well, guess what? It's got a gmail.com. Of course, it's going to go to spam. It always does. So, at the same time, if you really do want to follow me, here's my Facebook business page, not my business group, which is a paid entrance to get into the business group, which is a separate discussion I'm not going to get into today. So, again, please let me know. I really want to know, what is your number one struggle right now? Because of your fact, people have different questions for different needs for different business models. So please, here's the last time I'm going to be able to show this email to you. And if you have any other concerns, you can actually find me either there or you can find me here. Okay? So anyway, I hope everybody's staying safe, and we will see you tomorrow at the same time, same place. Have a wonderful day. And again, I'm Robert Miller with MillerEducationVentures.com. Check me out on my website. Talk to you soon.